What's up, everybody? It's time for some total chaos, and we're talking college football not only on Friday, but on Saturday as well. I've got these three experts here to give me their opinion on whether the games are going over or under the totals. Before we get started, I want everyone to like and subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It's very important to do so because we've got tons of free content coming your way every single day. And also, don't forget to check out our site, picksandparlays.net. We've got a promo code to save you 20% off whatever you get on the site, and it's NFL. And absolutely positively, don't miss out on FanDuel's special promo up to $1,000 in a no sweat first bet. The link is in the description of this video. Just click on it and claim your promo. Okay, guys, with me today, I've got AM Plus Money here. AM, how you feeling about being back?
Oh, I'm good. It's good to be here, and I'm ready to go have another winning week.
Yes, 13-9 is your record. So excellent work there. You are in the positive. Dan Kaiser, you too, sir, are in the positive. 19, 18-3. How are you feeling today?
I'm in the positive, so I gotta be feeling pretty good.
That's good business right there. Joey, you're 4-5. You're close to that 500 mark. You had a good showing last week. You were 3-1. How you feeling?
I'm ready to go positive again this week and get over that threshold.
Yes, beautiful. That's what I like to hear. Positive encouragement there. This is the Insiders Room crew, so don't forget to check out the Insiders Room Discord. Okay, you guys can find it on Twitter. Just hit up the there it is. Boom, at the Insiders Room. Jump onto their Discord. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but let's get this party started. Navy is at SMU, and the total on this one is 57. AM Plus Money. What do you got going on here?
Yeah, so I'm going to be taking the under in this one. Navy, all these military teams, they like to play that triple option. They don't throw the ball a lot. That's going to eat away at the clock. SMU, their offense hasn't looked great the last few weeks. I expect SMU to win this one, but I don't think Navy's going to let them put up a lot of points, and I don't see Navy scoring a lot here. So I like the under in this one.
All right, Dan, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I agree with AM. Yeah, Navy likes just to pound that ball, and SMU, I thought going into the season had a very dynamic offense, but a lot of games they haven't shown up. Yeah, so it's a big number. It's a big number for a Navy game. I just don't think they're going to get there, so I'll take the under.
All right, Joey, are we making it a hat trick?
We are making it a hat trick. I like the under as well. Navy does have a pretty solid defense. We're only allowing about 22 points a game. And like the guys said, especially with that triple option, I think they're really going to run down this clock, and I don't think the total will get to 57.
All right, so we all agree. Remember, the consensus picks tend to be the moneymakers on the show. Last week, you had 2 consensus picks, and they both cashed, so excellent work there. See if we can do the same. Dan Kaiser, we've got UTSA and FIU, San Antonio, and Florida International. The number on this one is 63.
Yeah, I just look at this game. I think UTSA is like a 33.5-point favorite. So I guess you're expecting them to get, most of the points in this one. And, if FIU steps up and makes a couple of stops here, it's going to get very hard to get to this number. So I'm taking the under.
All right. Joey, what do you have going on?
Yeah, I like the under in this one. I'm sorry, I like the over. I apologize, the over. UTSA, they're a scoring machine. They're averaging about 35 points a game. However, their defense is allowing about 33, 34-ish. So a couple bad mistakes on defense from UTSA can put this total over.
All right. Dan, you did say under, right?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. AM, what do you got here?
So I'm going to agree with Joey. I like the over in this game. UTSA, they're scoring a lot of points in every game. They have a really good offense. FIU is not a very good team. We saw them give up 73 points against Western Kentucky, another high-flying offense. So I expect UTSA to score somewhere around 40-plus points here. But their defense hasn't been great either. They've been allowing 30 points a game over the last 3 now. So I think FIU, as bad as they are, they're going to be able to move the ball and score points here. So I see this one getting over the total.
Okay. So those were the Friday games. Now we're going to switch over to the Saturday games, and we're going to start out. I'm excited about this one. Penn State is at Michigan, the number 10 and the number 5. It's 50.5. Joey, you're going to kick it off.
Yeah, I like this one to go under the total. This is a battle of 2 really good defenses. It's a top 10 battle. But more importantly, one trend I really liked, on field turf, these two teams are combined 11-2 to the under their last 13 games.
Wow. That's a great angle right there. It's a great stat to have. All right, AM, how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, so I like the under as well. These are two really good teams, obviously both top 10 in the country, but also two very good defenses. We've seen Penn State barely give up any points now in their last three straight. They're not scoring a lot either. Only scored 17 points against Northwestern in one game. That's not a very good team. But also, this Michigan defense, they're the real deal. They're going to be looking to recreate the magic from last year. But we've seen their offense struggle in two games now. And against this Penn State defense, I don't see them being able to do much. I think it's going to be more of like a stalemate all game, and I like it to stay under the total.
All right, Dan Kaiser, you're the Michigan expert. What do you got here?
Yeah, I like the under also. I mean, this is JJ McCarthy, the wonder kid. This is his really first big game under center for Michigan. And I think both teams are just going to run the ball. And you look at Penn State's quarterback, Clifford, he's been there 6 years. So there's nothing that Michigan hasn't seen coming from this guy. And this guy's, no offense, Joey, but this guy sucked for 6 years. So
I agree, he sucks.
So I'm going to take the under in this one also.
All right, so we all agree. Another consensus pick. Let's move to Auburn and number 9, Ole Miss. This one's 55.5 and AM plus money. You go first.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the over on this one. Ole Miss has started to look really good in their last few games, trying to recreate that magic from last year. Lane Kiffin has taken a lot of beating up on throughout his career, but he's looking to really establish something in Ole Miss here. And I think he's got a nice program building. They score a lot of points in their games. I expect them to put up a lot here. Auburn's not a very good team, but this total's low enough, and I don't see Auburn getting completely shut out, as Ole Miss's defense isn't that kind of defense. I expect Auburn to score at least 10 points, maybe even more. And I could see Ole Miss scoring over 40 for sure, so with the way their offense has been. So I like the over in this game.
All right, Dan, what do you got?
I'm going to go the opposite. I'm taking the under. Lane Kiffin, especially this year, has been Mr. Under. I mean, he doesn't really have a quarterback like he's had in the past. He's been this. If you look at this Ole Miss team, they've just been, running the ball a lot, and Auburn's just terrible. And Mississippi's defense is pretty decent. I don't think Auburn's going to score too many points in this one, so I'm taking the under.
All right, Joey, you're the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I'm with Dan on this one. I like the under. The public is all over the over. With that being said, Auburn is 10-3 to the under their last 13 road games, and Ole Miss is 7-1 to the under in their last 8 conference games. So I'm following trends, and I think this one goes up there.
All right. Last one, Kansas at Oklahoma. It's 62, and Dan, you go first.
Yeah, Kansas, they're playing their backup quarterback in this one, and he played great the last game. Can he do that again this game as a starter? And Oklahoma, everybody was like, Brent Venables, who misses Lincoln Riley? Well, I think they miss him a lot now after the last 3 games, because as great as Brent Venables was as a defensive coordinator at Clemson, he doesn't have the horses with this Oklahoma team, because I think most of them went to USC. Oklahoma's defense is just terrible this year. I'm taking the over.
All right. Joey, it's on you, boo.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Dan again. I like the over on this one. Kansas is 19-9-1 to the over their last 29. And then after a straight up loss, the over is 16-5. Definitely a nice trend to look at. But the last 7 meetings between Kansas and Oklahoma, the over is 5-2. So I expect a lot of points to be scored, and I expect this one to go over.
Okay. Am, are you agreeing or disagreeing?
So I'm going to buck the trend with these two, and I'm taking the under in this game. Oklahoma has shown, they haven't been great at all in their last 2, and they're not going to have a very good team. Dylan Gabriel is still in the concussion protocol. He's likely to play, but who knows with what's going on in the NFL right now and all this concussion things happening. So even if he does play, though, their offense hasn't been great. And this Kansas team, they're coming off a high-scoring game against TCU last week, but they were forced to score points against a good TCU team. They played very well defensively in their few games before that against Iowa State. And I think that their defense is going to show up in this game. I expect Oklahoma to be a little better defensively, considering that's what Venables' specialty is. And I like this game to be lower scoring. I like the under.
All right. So that does it. That's a round of total chaos. We are going to do a quick recap, but first I want to let you know where you can find these guys and more of their premium plays. And tell the people who you are and what's your specialty.
Yeah, so soccer is my specialty. I handicap all sports, but if you want to find me, I do a show with Sean Miller on the Max Wagers Network every day, Monday to Friday, except Thursdays. It's at 11 a.m., so go check it out. We got a lot of good soccer looks. We can make you a lot of money with the mispriced lines in these soccer leagues.
You guys crushed that soccer, and the World Cup is almost here, so it's an important time of year. If you're not into soccer, it might be the time to get into soccer. Just throwing that out there.
Exactly.
Well, Kaiser, what's your story?
Well, if they don't know me by now, they haven't been paying attention. No, I'm just kidding.
That's fair.
Kidding. No, yeah, you can find me at Picks and Parlays. You can find me in the Insiders Room Discord, and find me at Dan Kaiser Sports on Twitter.
Beautiful.
Among other places.
Yeah, you are kind of all over the place. That's what happens when you're a big dog. What's up, Joey Tran? Tell the people who you are and what you're all about.
Yeah, as you can see,
I
Joey Tron.
Joey Tran again.
I know you did.
Sorry.
It's all good. It's all
not
good.
going to change that, right? We're think about it.
Still a firm Joey Tron.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. But you can find me on Twitter at Betting Underdog. I post all my plays in the Insiders Room Discord. And yeah.
And you're a big NASCAR guy. He does do a NASCAR show with Rye Cape. Isn't it race day Sunday at noon?
Every race day.
Yep.
Every race day. There it is. Check out that Insiders Room Discord. Tons of really sharp cappers over there. Nick Parsons, Rossman, Rye Cape, Dustin Bowser. Lots of tennis and soccer and NASCAR and those exotic sports that we don't always get a ton of free picks on. You could definitely check them out. Just go to Twitter at the Insiders Room. Jump into that Discord. Oh, I do have it on there, don't I? Look at me go. Okay, so let's do some recapping. Navy and SMU, we all agree it's staying under 57. UTSA and FIU. Joey and AM go over, but Dan is taking it under. On the Saturday games, Penn State, Michigan, the 50.5. Everyone takes it under. Auburn, Ole Miss, the 55.5. Dan and Joey go under, but AM's taking it over. And with the Kansas, Oklahoma game, AM's going under, and Dan and Joey are going over. That's how we're rolling with this round. 2 days of college football total chaos for you. Like I always say, may the best capper win. Bye, guys.